Okay, what's up, everybody? It's Richie Rich, and just giving you an update on week one. So I made it 1 week in the challenge, and this is an update. So it's been 9 days of the being sober challenge, and I'm gonna go over a brief synopsis of been going on with that so far. So far, it's been pretty good. I did have a slip up in day four where I had a glass of shochu, and normally at times like that in other challenges I would just like kind of give up and just keep drinking, but I just had one glass. I said, you know what, I'm gonna see the challenge through. So I didn't drink anymore, although I did want to drink because it was the last day of it was the day before the lockdown. So Ontario's in lockdown right now. So the last day of the that we could go out and do indoor dining, we went out to a izakaya spot, and I had a glass of shochu. But you know, even though it sucks that I'd had that, I still think that this week has been good so far because normally I would have given up and I didn't give up. And also throughout the week, there was many times where I could have drank, but I didn't give in. It's actually pretty damn hard to stay sober, especially when all your friends are drinking, but there are some positive benefits that are coming out of it. Now, the first 5 days or so, I had definitely had some mood swings. I would get irritable and upset. Now my mood is a lot more stable. So it's a lot more stable. I also have less of a desire to drink alcohol. And that's twofold because number one, I haven't now it's been about 5 days since I drank alcohol, so that the triggers of wanting to drink is less. As well, seeing your friends really fucked up makes you realize how idiotic you can act when you're drunk. Now, luckily, myself, I'm not the type to get violent or do anything dangerous to other people. However, just being under the influence of alcohol, you can make some not so smart decisions. Another thing that's been beneficial is I've noticed that I've been actually losing some weight. So I've been actually losing a lot of fat on my body, even though it's only been 5 days, because I do believe alcohol has a lot of calories. And I've been able to hit my fasting more consistently because when you're drinking alcohol, you're usually drinking until the wee hours of the night, till like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and it makes intermittent fasting a lot harder because now you have to fast until like 6, 7 p.m. Whereas because I don't drink alcohol, I just usually finish dinner around 6 p.m., and it just makes intermittent fasting a lot easier. So that's pretty much the alcohol, the being sober part. I also have not been doing any drugs like smoking weed or even smoking cigarettes, which I've been pretty proud of. I definitely feel like my mood is now stabilizing. The first 5 days were pretty hard. I felt pretty irritable through the first 5 days. Now, as for the social media, no social media, that's one's been pretty tough. So ever since I think January 2nd, I disabled my Instagram account, and Facebook I've also disabled. Although Facebook has never really been the problem for me, it's mostly been Instagram, mindlessly scrolling on Instagram. I'll have to say though, disabling social media, I have a lot more productive time and I have less time just scrolling mindlessly. I've been pretty productive. This has probably been one of the most productive weeks I've ever had in a long time. I've read a lot. I've been practicing my Korean and my also learning Japanese. Overall, I would say the positives of quitting social media is just a lot more free time. I'm more productive. The negatives is that you do feel a bit isolated when compared to having social media. I do miss talking to some people and seeing people's stories. At the same time, though, it does make me wonder, like, some of my relationships, if it's just on Instagram, is it a real relationship? It's making me like question the dynamics of relationships in the 21st century, because there are some people that I talk to on Instagram but I like have never seen in real life, and there's also some people that I will have maybe seen only once. And yeah, it makes me question my relationships for sure by quitting social media. Overall, the first week, it was challenging. I feel like it's starting to get easier. I was reading about alcohol and cigarettes, and it seems like the main positive effects of those, of quitting those, really comes within a year. So after a year is really when you see positive benefits, as the chemicals and stuff fully leave your system, and it takes a year for that. Social media, That's gonna be a tough one. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna continue it. I really do want to continue it. Um, Maybe I'll push it for a year of no social media, see how I feel. I think it'll also take me a full year of no social media to make me realize what is actually important. I do feel like social media, I have mixed feelings about it for sure. So that's what been the challenge. That's that's the update. There's really not much going on. It's only week one. Gotta keep going at it. I did have a slip up in week one with alcohol, but gotta stay strong. Don't let it get to me, and just keep that sobriety going. That's it for this video. I'll update you next Sunday on my progress then.